The man sent people to chop down the 1,000-year-old tree in the yard. Unexpectedly, the next second, a scar appeared on his wife's leg, but the man didn't care at all. He ordered the entire tree to be cut down, just because the tree had tripped the man's mistress. As more and more of the tree was chopped, Hazel began to show more and more wounds on her body. She rolled on the ground in pain, desperately begging her husband Louis to stop cutting the tree. But Louis remained indifferent. Hazel looked at the tree about to collapse and remembered when she first met her husband. She had told Louis that her life was connected to this tree. If the tree thrived, she would be healthy. If the tree died, she would disappear too. At that time, Louis liked Hazel very much. He took care of the tree as if it were a child and treated Hazel with great care and affection. Now Louis's mistress, Daisy, had returned to the country. Louis's attention was entirely on Daisy. Daisy knew the tree was very important to Hazel, yet she claimed her fall was caused by the tree. This made Louis cut down the tree. Louis believed Daisy without hesitation and immediately ordered the tree to be chopped. At the moment the tree collapsed, Hazel vomited blood from the intense pain. She begged her husband desperately to stop, or she would die. But Louis thought Hazel was acting. He didn't even glance at his wife. Coldly, he walked away holding Daisy. Hazel watched her husband's departing figure and suddenly realized a cruel truth. Louis didn't doubt she would die. He simply no longer loved her, so he didn't care about Hazel's life or death. The moment the 1,000-year-old tree died, young Hazel instantly grew white-haired. She had originally been a celestial goddess. Her soul had once resided in this great tree because Louis's ancestors had built a house for her and protected the tree. To repay them, Hazel had been guarding the Louis family, making them prosperous and enduringly thriving. Years later, the ancestor was reincarnated as Louis. Hazel married him to repay the favor. To save Louis's life, Hazel had once used up half of her magic power, but now Louis had cut down the 1,000-year-old tree, severing the bond between Hazel and the family. By this time, Hazel had lost all her powers. This favor was completely repaid. She would never protect the Louis family again. Hazel was about to leave, but Louis sent people to grab her into a room, forcing Hazel to watch him cheat with Daisy. Seeing Hazel, Daisy thought of a cruel idea. She suggested that Louis burn the 1,000-year-old tree. Louis complied with every request Daisy made. Hazel begged Louis not to burn the tree, saying she would choose to endure the pain of being burned as well. But Louis still thought Hazel was acting. He ordered people to set the tree on fire. The reason Louis spoiled Daisy so much was because Daisy lied, saying she had saved Louis, and that Hazel had taken credit for her deed. And that was why Daisy married Louis. Louis completely forgot that he had begged Hazel to marry him, even kneeling until he vomited blood, which had moved Hazel. But now he chose to believe Daisy, and even despised Hazel. Not knowing the true benefactor was Hazel, Daisy was the real cruel liar. Under Daisy's instigation, Louis kept tormenting Hazel until Hazel was on the verge of death. Only then did Louis feel panic. Hazel said in despair that her biggest regret was marrying Louis. After saying this, she closed her eyes. No matter how Louis called, Hazel did not wake again. Suddenly, a fierce wind blew. Countless green leaves floated in, circling Hazel. At that moment, Louis understood everything, but it was too late. The green leaves carried Hazel away, and she vanished.